All right, everybody. Welcome back to BSG. It seems we are just about ready to head into our next run. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Master Sword by Xita, and commentated by Keithil. Let's go.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Sid, I want you to give me some information right away, because I think we had some file names.
We did indeed have some fun. We're going to do one last refresh, just to be sure. And it seems that the winning name is Not In My Hat.
Not in my... We have to combine those. And then the last one is head, as in the thing on my shoulders, or the thing that I just dropped here?
The thing that you dropped there, the Christmas
hat.
Yeah.
Not in my hat.
Indeed.
Well, Zach, are you ready to start the timer? Then can I get a countdown?
2, 1.
So, since we have about 34 seconds of, basically nothing right here, I can use this time to introduce myself and, the person next to me. I'm Xita. I run this game mainly in 100%, which is a RNG hell, so we're not gonna do that. And with me today is Keithil. She doesn't run this game.
Not at all. No.
But, she's here to ask, basically every question you guys could have. So first off, our uncle is finally out of the house, so we can start walking. And as you can see, the weather in Hyrule is just as wonderful as in the Netherlands. Lots of rain. But, we got a message from the princess that she's in danger and we should go and help her. And our uncle went to go there. Well, that guard there, make sure we can't get into the castle, because it's so dangerous. But we find a, secret route. And we find our uncle, already defeated. That guy's not really good at sword fighting, I guess. We get our sword, and with that, we have one of the most important weapons in this run. We're not gonna kill a hell of a lot of guards, because, slow and not fun. And I also heard, and Sid is gonna confirm this, that after this run, I'll do an 80% as well. Am I correct?
I think he's busy right now for a second.
Nah, I can indeed confirm that we are going to be doing an 80% run after this run ends.
Yeah, that's about 3 minutes long. Hi.
Two rounds for the price of one.
Yeah, basically. But coming up is one of the faster strats already. Like, we go down the stairs, turn to our left, charge the sword, and I barely missed it. Because if you spin that knight against that statue, he'll actually stay there and get hit twice. So, two for the price of one. We can try that again in like 2 rooms from now. I don't like those guys, so I generally pick up a heart there.
Do you know why they get hit twice?
You poke them and you instantly release your spin as well. And they get bounced back by the poke. But the statue is basically a solid object, so they can go through there. And, that's why they get hit twice. Because they are in your spin as well. And that, I was a little too far away. We pick up the boomerang here. A little different from the 100%, but quite convenient. The boomerang is quite a useful weapon, even though in the speedruns we don't usually use it, because in Hundo you only get the red boomerang, and the red boomerang has sparkles when you throw it. It's called a magic boomerang for a reason. And, I don't like you, bye.
Aren't there certain dungeons in which you need to use the boomerang, or you just don't get them in this?
In Hundo, we basically skip it entirely.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh god, this is slow. Because we might have to start from the actual start of the game. No, we start at the start of the castle. So there's a little bit of time, unfortunate death, That's what you get for going for risky strats. That ball and chain guy, you can hit him with 8 sword slashes, which kills him. You can throw 2 pots at him, which also kills him. Or you can throw 1 pot and 4 slashes. So I'd estimate every sword slash to deal 1 damage. And, a pot deals 4 damage. Arrows deal a lot of damage. The boomerang unfortunately deals no damage. So yeah, we don't have a weapon to kill them, which is quite a bit of unfortunate things. But, you know, we were near the princess. You saw the princess locked up. She's guarded by that guy. That guy drops a key, and then we can free the princess and, you know, go on an adventure.
Is there also a boss level and a boss room in this level?
In this level, there isn't.
Okay.
This section we call the escape, because we need to escape from the castle. And after we save the princess, we have to get out of the castle. Well, taking the regular route outside would, you know, alarm the other guards that are outside, and I don't know what they're doing, but, you know. Let's go for the somewhat safer spread of... There we go. See, not that hard. And I line up with the chest as well, because in this chest is a pretty important item for this entire run. A lamp. And, you know, a lamp does what a lamp does. It gives us light. And so far, every room has been lit. Nothing has been, you know, a dark room yet. But Zelda tells us she knows a secret escape route out of the castle as soon as we get to the first floor, to the main hall. And she's like, yeah, we can use that. To do that, you know, we need the lamp because it's dark in there. And for those that have seen randos, there are people that actually know how to walk in those dark rooms. And here I'm basically strafing. Diagonal movement is faster in this game because you're moving both up and sideways. But it's not useful in a lot of cases.
You just said that they navigate those rooms without the use of a lamp. That takes a lot of practice and memorization.
Yep, it's
Oh,
insane.
boy.
It's literally insane. I can do a few of them because there's a few throughout the game. Like in the very first dungeon we'll go through in about a few minutes. There are a few dark rooms as well. And those are not that hard. Those are fairly easy to actually remember. Then again, there's in the later I believe the last two dungeons of the entire game, there's dark rooms as well, and those are not fun. Those are not fun, because it's not a single dark room you have to go through, but like a series of 3 to 4 rooms.
Oh boy.
We push this insanely heavy statue away, and as you can see, I have a lantern now. I don't even have to equip it, it's there. Now we go downstairs, and there's a bunch of snakes. And those snakes can either be really nice, like they are now, besides that one, or they can be jackasses and completely block your pathway. Bye.
There's no set pattern for the enemies in which they will walk.
Not in those rooms.
Okay.
Like, other rooms there are, like this one there's no enemy because we basically skip them.
Yeah.
But in the rooms coming up, if we move a little forward and then up, there's always a bed there.
Okay, yeah.
And in this room there's rats again, because rats are a fun creature. And I know for sure that that one dropped the key, because it's always the rat that's leftmost in the room.
Okay.
Sometimes the rats can be really trolly and be like, let's group up in the left corner, and then you're completely lost at, you know,
Which rat will
which
be?
rat it was, and you kill multiple, turning out none of them had the key, because the one that had the key moved to the right already. And a little optimization in this room, if we press right here, we skip a dialogue. Like, as soon as we come out of that door, Zelda is actually trying to tell us, like, hey, if we, you know, we missed one of those switches, because if we do that, we might be able to open the door. We can skip the dialogue option, you know, it's kinda...
Are there many instances in which you can actually skip dialogue? Because I
No.
know it's fairly dialogue heavy.
Well, we basically skip a lot of dialogue by basically not talking to people
Fair enough.
and mashing like crazy. So I'm gonna pick up the Sanctuary Heart just for safety. Because, as you can see, safety is kind of important. And then you saw me do a save and quit. In the actual normal runs, saving and quitting is not allowed. Because, well, it basically skips a lot of travel time. But in this one it is. So we are heading to the Eastern Palace.
And what exactly is the benefit of those save and quits?
Not having to walk all the way. Because,
Yeah.
as you can see, walking is fairly slow. We were at the Sanctuary, and you know, you'd have to walk all the way to the Eastern Palace.
Yeah.
And if you save and quit, you're like 1 or 2 screens away from it. So.
And it actually is faster to save and quit
Yes.
than to just walk there.
And those statues are always annoying. You can't skip them if you don't hit them correctly. Still haven't figured out the exact moment to hit them, so I always try. And this guy is, you know, being a patrol, he's like, no, you're not gonna enter. A boomerang to the face, and he's stunned. And we enter the Eastern Palace. And in the Eastern Palace, everything is sort of sad. Except for, well, this one room we're entering right now. We get flying cannonballs.
Lovely.
And this is a RNG pattern that always changes. For some reason, it's not hard to dodge them, but they're still annoying. And in this room, there's skeletons. They always spawn at that location, so we can anticipate on that. Now for this room. Many that have watched randos know that there's a option to, well, get a 2-skeleton room. What you saw me do there was throw pots at them. Because there's a trigger in that room. As soon as you walk over it, the skeletons spawn. And it's dependent on your position in the room how many there will spawn. So you can get 2, 3, or 4. 4 being the absolute worst, because it is slow. You know, killing 2 enemies is fast. The fact with the skeletons is they need 2 sword slashes, so that's slow to begin with. This is one of the dark rooms that's super easy, because, you know, you move right and then down. And same goes for this one. Fairly easy room to do in the dark. And we pick up an extra heart, because being at full health for the next trick is gonna be helpful. And we're out of dark rooms again. Yay, we can see. Remember this room? We were here like a minute ago or something. And now for one of the harder damage boosts in this run. Damn it. Okay, we're gonna pick up the safety hearts. At least kill this guy. And then, you know, attempt to do it. Damage, no, not getting the damage boost there. What you can do there, and what actually worked out with picking up the pot, but then failing to actually, you know, as you can see, they like to jump. Even if they're, you know, hit by the boomerang. Anti-fairies get raised, we press the button, we get the big key. Well, everyone that has played Zelda knows what big keys do.
Lost rooms.
It opens doors with, you know, big keyholes, as well as the big chest. Well, this is the Eastern Palace, and in this game they decided that the bow and arrow, which, you know, is a fairly strong weapon to begin with, would be a really good opening weapon. I totally agree, because, you know, I like it. And, oh, we enter this room, we equip the bow, because in this room we need to kill an Igor. So those weird-ass Cyclopses are Igors. And, you know, they died to 1 arrow, and I believe a bunch of sword slashes. I don't even know how many.
It is that overpowered?
Yeah.
Oh.
The silver arrows are basically a one-shot to every boss in the game, as long as the boss is actually vulnerable to it.
Oh boy.
Like, the Helmasaur King, which is the first boss in the Dark World, takes a bunch of slashes. And even with regular arrows, it takes quite a bit. Silver arrows, on the other hand, kill it in 1 shot. Yeah, silver arrows deal up, I think, something like 16 damage.
Yeah, but I do presume they are a lot less common than normal arrows.
They basically are an upgrade to your normal arrows, so...
Oh.
Because they're actually the intended way of... we have 29 arrows, we're good. So, first boss in the game. The Armos Knights. I try to position myself in a way that I can... Damn it. No, we can't salvage this. Too bad. No fast Armos though, but still nothing wasted on arrows. And some swag with picking up the first pendant. This is the first of 3 pendants. We need all 3 of them to be able to pull the Master Sword. And
So you just skipped the part where you had to go to the wizard guy who told
Yes.
you to get the 3 pendants,
Yes.
right? Because I remember that from playing this the regular way.
yeah, that's the actual thing you skip. Like,
Okay.
normally you go to town and they tell you to find the guy named Sahasrahla.
Yeah.
in his hut near the Eastern Palace. I am gonna visit him.
As soon as you have the 3 pendants.
As soon as I have my
presume,
first
yeah.
pendant.
Oh, your first pendant even.
Yes, because, like, hi, Shagama Thingy, you're telling me a lot of stuff about getting 3 pendants, blah blah blah. I don't care what you have to say, just give me my boots. He also tells you something about 7 maidens, but Pegasus boots. That's all we came for. And once again, save and quit.
Just to teleport back to town quicker.
Just to teleport
Yeah.
back to my house and, you know, now we're fast. And I promised Frosty that I'd try to throw in some swag, so I am gonna do that as soon as it's possible. It's like next screen, I think. I'm gonna be attempting to get spin speed, as we call it. We have the boots, and we have a sword. I charge up my sword, and as soon as I spin, I release, or I also press my dash button. And as soon as I hit, as you can see, Link now is Usain Bolt. This is kind of useful in one spot in the game, not, you know, in this, well, it saves a little bit if you get it straight away there, but it's not that major.
Yeah, and I see that you go back to normal movement speed as soon as you switch screens.
As soon as something happens, even if you drop down a ledge or anything, it's gone again. It's a weird status. Like, the game doesn't know where, you know, what to do, because you performed a dash according to the game, but you also, you know, made a spin.
Yeah.
And the game is like, I don't know what's going on, so I'll give you the speed that you have at your maximum dash regularly.
Yeah.
And, you know, that makes the game a lot faster. Unfortunately, you need to hit stairs for it to work, so you can't always activate it.
Are you going for the second pendant now?
Second pendant, and all 3 pendants are named after the Triforce pieces. So yeah,
Surprise,
the Triforce.
surprise.
Yeah. So Triforce of Courage is like we got the pendant of Courage first. I believe this one we're getting now is the pendant of Power, and the last one will be the pendant of Wisdom. Well, it's a big surprise that they're named after the Triforce pieces. You know. In this dungeon, the dungeon itself is relatively easy. The boss, however, is it's a pain in the butt. It's like 3 worms, and they're annoying.
I think I remember those.
A little small speed thread there. You can actually bonk against the wall, but like barely touching that lamppost, which causes, you know, the game to think that you actually hit the lamppost and you can pick up the key faster. That's all we do there. And this room is just, well, I call them Wiggly Woos. And now we get into the long room with cannonballs, which for some reason decided to give me a little bit of bad luck.
And the boss key again.
And the boss key again. And this time, if we pick up the big chest, we get the Power Glove. You know, I know that Shirei donated for the any percent, so the Power Glove might be a shout out to him, because he's a NES player and he tried to play games with the Power Glove, which I can tell you is sort of impossible. And we step on the switch here, we go to the chest, and da-da-da-da, the Power Glove. We can now lift rocks. Because apparently as soon as Link puts on gloves, he's like the Hulk, he's super strong, and I don't know why he gets the power, but he gets them. That's how Zelda games work, I guess. Yeah, the Lanmolas, just as well as the Armos Knights, have a way to kill them with the bow and arrow. The Lanmolas take, I believe, 4 arrows each. They take a lot more spins and slashes, but because of the RNG nature of the Lanmolas, it's difficult to actually pull off the... Oh, and we got the... Ooh, that was a nice one. That was an actual key dash. So I dashed towards the door at an exact angle, which made the game think that I was in a good position, so I can dash through the door instead of, bonking against the door whilst opening it. And ow, laser beams hurt, as you can imagine.
That's a very specific thing.
Yeah,
to be
that's
able
a
to get.
very
Yeah.
specific pixel and whatnot. And, you know, it's kind of lucky that we got it there. Because normally, when I try it, I fail.
Marathon luck.
Marathon luck, perhaps. I was gonna say I'm gonna grab some extra arrows. And all of a sudden, we light 4 torches, and there's a boss door. In randomizers, I have often forgotten that a big key is required to enter this door. I don't know why I forget that, but I do. We dash up to the wall, we bonk, and we're in a good position. And I always move for some reason. Damn it. I'm always hitting them just, you know, as much as I can. And as you can see, as soon as they come out of the ground, there's little pieces of earth shooting out. That lags the game a lot.
So is there any specific technique to easily beating this boss, or it's just
the bow and arrow, but because of the RNG nature of where they are going and stuff, it's not that easy.
no.
And now I need to be careful, because 1 heart, beep beep. And that's the Landmolas.
Ah, nice.
The scariest fight is over. So, 2 out of 3 pendants done already, and we're at 20 minutes, so yeah, not too bad. Could be better, could be worse.
Do we have time for some donations then?
Sure, go ahead.
Alrighty, because we have 2 right here. We have €5 from Kyle at work again, saying, "So is the elf trying to find Santa in this Christmas game?"
We're not finding Zelda,
Oh man.
but we are gonna make a wish.
Alright.
Oh, wrong position. Go
And
ahead.
then, we also have €5 from Neptumak saying, "Zida, you fight very good, improved, yeah? Good play, GG, bro."
Yeah, thanks, Nefu. So yeah, she saw me play this when I got my Famicom like a year ago or something, and I was not consistent at all. But as you can see, we basically skipped the entire trip from the south part of Hyrule to the north part. And we are now heading towards a place called Death Mountain. It is called Death Mountain for a reason. Because apparently if a cabbage falls down a mountain, yeah, we call them cabbages, it hurts.
The cabbage?
Falling rocks. They look like cabbages.
Ah.
Once you see it, you'll be like, yeah. So, I normally try to dash a lot, but as soon as I'm in this cave, I'm not really that into dashing, because I can show you what happens when I dash. Now, Grandpa doesn't want to.
Grandpa's slow.
The old man, you know, he's an old man, so he's slow, and therefore dashing will actually slow you down. Instead of speeding you up, it will slow you down. For this, well, spot only. So, the old man is very happy he's home again. And as I said, falling cabbages.
Yeah, I see why you call them cabbages.
And we got the mirror. Now we can look how pretty we are. But not really. This is a magic mirror. And we're attempting to get spin speed again, which we got. Nice.
Well
And
done.
this is actually the part where it saves a buttload of time. Because that's a slow moving part anyway, and now we're fast, so... And we keep it as long as we're here. La 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 la.
It's also a fairly large screen.
And we're a bunny.
Oh.
So, yeah. Why did we turn into a bunny? Well, this is a dark world. And that was once called the Golden Land. It's the land where the Triforce is hidden. But Ganon, you know, our big evil guy that we have to defeat, decided to actually corrupt that land. So there's a lot of monsters there. And without a certain item, which normally is obtained in this dungeon specifically, you know, you turn into a bunny. If you get the item, you no longer turn into a bunny, and everything is good fun. Now for the most boring room in this entire freaking game. The only thing I can do here is hit that switch, but there's rocks coming to me. I'm just gonna, you know, try to take them out with my boomerang as they fly to me, but sometimes I'm a bit early. That's why I hold out my sword as well, that if I miss the tiles, I can still, you know, they don't hit me. because my sword has a insanely big hitbox, I'd like to say. And there is this threat that you can do with dashing as well, like if you... I'm just gonna spin, because hey, I'm lazy.
I was just wondering there, is it always a set pattern in which the
Yes.
tiles fly to you?
Yeah, that
okay.
one is actually set.
Okay, so no RNG there.
No RNG on that one. And we're gonna light the 4 torches, because hey, they're beautiful. And another Vicky. We're warping back. If I was on low health there, I could have actually, you know, let them kill me and get back to the beginning of the dungeon. It's close to the same speed. Those enemies are actually annoying, especially the last one. So I'm gonna try. Yep, bye. Okay. Dropping them down is fine. Dropping down yourself is not that smart. But since, you know, we did it, they're gone, it's fine. And, well, this is normally the room where you get stuck at, because, yeah, you don't have a big key. I'm not cheating, I'm just using shortcuts, okay? So, fairly soon, as in 2 rooms, we're gonna get to one of the most annoying bosses of this game. Most people hate him. He is renamed by the community to Trolldorm, because he likes to troll you. And not a little bit, but actually a lot. So, what happens? That was not correctly positioned. The platform is small, you can drop down, and you have to start the entire fight over. He takes 6 hits on his tail. If he drops you down after 5 hits, you know, it's all over again. Okay, Xita, let's not go for the swag dash below the bumper if you fail it once again. This is good. You know, I want to up the stakes for myself. So every time Moldorm drops me down, I'll donate €5 to BSG. So
Nice.
I guess you guys need to keep count.
Fall.
There's your €5.
Hey, that's one.
I don't like this. That was, well, at least it was after 0 hits. So, you know, it's not annoying as in, I did 5 hits on him and he drops me down. But as you can see, you can quite imagine why this is not a fun fight.
Ooh, that was close.
I know. I don't like this. Yeah, we can kind of cheese him by holding out our sword. That's 5, and now he speeds up to insane speeds. And that was Trolldorm.
Only once. That's
Yeah,
only €5.
once. Yeah, it's only €5, so it's not too bad. We get an extra heart. We pick up the final pendant, and with that, we are, well, eligible to pick up the Master Sword. But we secretly don't know where the Master Sword is, because normally, you know, they basically have to tell you. But I've played this enough to actually know where it is, so yeah, we're gonna rush towards that. And as you can see, we now have 3 options to start. We're starting at Sanctuary, because yeah, it's basically nice in the north part of of Hyrule, but in the middle. So now it's basically move 2 screens to the left. And
Is there any part in the Dark world as well in this run? Or?
in this run, there isn't.
Okay.
And after the actual any %, I want to show off the file, what happens to the file after you went through the credits, but that would take quite long, so... Hey, look, it's some magic mushrooms. But, you know, we're not picking that one up. Ow, stupid bird. I hate those birds. In the light world, they're quite okay. But Tech, get ready on time, because in about a few seconds, we'll be picking up the Master Sword, and it's time, so... Time! Woo! Within estimate!
Well done!
Even after that stupid death at the start and a rusty part, you know. Yes, underestimate, Mark.
You made me proud, boy.
I know. Well, we picked up the Master Sword. We now have the power in our hands to defeat the powerful wizard Aghanim, who by now has skipped net Zelda. But we're gonna reset the console, because we're gonna do any %. And that's gonna take about 3 minutes. So let's take in mind now, because, you know, Nod is not good anymore. So, well, let's start. And again, 34 seconds of basically nothing. It's your uncle talking again, and
So that means there's actually only 2.5 minutes of
yeah, basically.
you doing something, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm mashing now.
Oh yeah, I know.
We
Besides that.
You have to mash through the text. And the first, like, 1.5 minutes is basically the same, because we're still gonna get the sword from the uncle, and we're gonna enter the castle, and after that stuff gets weird.
In that case, while you're doing the same thing over again, I'm just gonna go ahead and plug the donation incentive for the next run, because we have Giga Wrecker 80% coming up, and at the very end of that, there is going to be a boss rush. That's currently at 15 euros out of 75 euros. So for this run and Giga Wrecker 80% itself, you can still donate toward that.
Okay, well, I think I know where my 5 euros is going towards. So we pick up the sword again. The uncle is once again defeated. He's not really good at sword fighting, I think. But stuff gets weird soon. Because, well, we're playing on a Super Famicom or a Super Nintendo, as most of you guys know it from your childhood. Or maybe because you bought a SNES Classic last year. Doesn't matter. The cartridges had a limited amount of space. So what they had to do was find a way to, well, actually limit, you know, the space required for every single room. So for some reason, they decided to, well, connect every single room in this entire game to each other. So every room that's actually inside is connected by either, you know, there's dark rooms connected to this and all that. We didn't get hit, which is good, because we need the hit to happen, well, fairly soon. And we go a weird route now. La 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 la. Hey, Mr. Guard, I'm here. Come get me. And Link disappeared. And for people wondering where Link is, wait until we transition once more. Oh, he's in the wall!
How did you get into the wall?
Basically because you jump down and save and quit out. Link gets put in a weird, you know, status again. And you get hit, you get boosted, but you're in a weird status, so you get boosted into the wall and gets, well, basically solid at that point again.
Yeah, and since all rooms are connected,
and all
you
rooms
can
are
just
connected.
walk.
Yes.
all the
This
way to
room
the
is,
end.
by the way, the room you get into after you fail to defeat Ganon and drop down. And you wonder, Ganon, who's that guy? Well, there he is. That's Ganon. Hi, bye. This was a game.
Whoa!
Under 3 minutes, even. An underestimate, yeah.
I blink, do it again.
Yeah. I'm gonna reset once more, because I promised people to go out with a banger. Oh, okay. I want to test one thing. Nah, okay. My any percent file is not, you know, updated as in you played one game. That needs the credits. But we're gonna do something fun. I heard you guys like glitches, or at least some of you do. Well, this game, as you could see just now, is sort of a glitch fest on its own. So I'm gonna show what normally is a strat, but has a funny result if things go wrong. Those that have watched the randomizer tournaments or any regular Zelda tournament do know about the fake flippers. And it's quite a precise setup, which is annoying, because we need to be at, I believe, a pixel distance. There we go. If I press my start button, I do not have the flippers, which are required for swimming, yet I am swimming. And once again, the game didn't know what to do with Link. And now stuff gets interesting, because I'm doing absolutely nothing.
Whoa!
And Link is apparently moonwalking really fast.
Impressive.
Yeah, well, it's Link Jackson.
This
for
is
you.
Michael Jackson times 10 right here.
Yeah, well, what happens is if you fake flipper, you jump into the water and screen transition at the same time. Therefore, the game thinks you can swim. But once you get hit, the game tries to put you back on land. And it doesn't know where you jumped into the water, so it can't really put you back on land and therefore soft locks you. Well,
You just can't get out of this. This is actually a soft lock.
I can do whatever I like. Nothing reacts anymore.
Boy. What I'm wondering is how did they find this?
I don't even know how they managed to do this. Probably in the same way most glitches
Yeah,
get
fair
found
enough.
by
Either by accident
surely-
or by searching, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this was the entirety of A Link to the Past for this BSG. So I want to thank everyone for watching, and I believe it's time for Giga Wrecker now. So yeah, let's give it up to our host and see you guys next time.
All right, thank you very much, Xita, for not one but two A Link to the Past runs. Very well done. Very nice. All right, coming up next, we have Giga Wrecker Any Percent by HN. And we're going to go ahead and set right up for that. In the meantime, we'll leave you with some more advertisements. And once again, you can still donate to that boss rush for Giga Wrecker. See you later.